What's going on, guys? T-Mart here. Welcome back to another episode of Mobile Mondays. So today we've got something a little bit different. I'm not really sure what to expect, but I think it's going to be pretty good. So I saw this game on like the top charts a couple of weeks ago, and it kind of piqued my interest a little bit. I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. It could be good, but we're going to wait. We're going to do some other stuff. We did like the Fast and the Furious and the puzzle game Monument Valley and stuff last week, and it's still on the top of the list. Like, it's still really far up there. So I was like, you know what? If it's this good that it's staying there at the top of the, kind of like games list, then it's got to be pretty solid. So I wanted to check it out, and hopefully it's something you guys enjoy as well. So what it is it's called Lifeline, and just kind of a warning here. It's not really a game that has like a lot of like interactive gameplay. It's more of a story-driven game. It's more of something like by Telltale Games. Like it's about the characters, it's about your decisions, and it's not as much about like the gameplay or strategy or stuff like that. So I think for the most part, it's going to be like text interactions with this person that's on this like other planet. They're like a space person. And it should be pretty cool. You guys can see that like when you download this, you can open up your notifications and they'll like notify you when they like send you messages and stuff. So this is the first time I've ever played this. I just loaded it up 5 minutes ago, and it looks like we started off incoming communication, establishing connection, receiving a message, and now this person says, hello, is this thing working? Can anybody read me? And I'm going to say, who is this, or I read you. I'm going to say I read you. All right. Okay, thank God. It's so good to have human contact. It's been hours. Uh-oh, what happened? Dude, this is kind of sweet. All right, I just turned the, you should have volume now. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't have my volume on. So we got what happened. Our ship crashed on some moon. I have no idea where. I managed to get to an escape pod, but I couldn't tell if anybody else made it into one. My IEVA suit sensor tells me that the air here is breathable, at least, so that's nothing short of a miracle. But I've got no food or water rations on me. The toolkit on this pod is about as basic as they come. I managed to get the pod's mobile transmitter unit working, but lucky you seem to be the only one in range of the signal. Whoever and wherever you might be. Alright, so should I say, let's go with, are you alright? Alright, so is he alright? Let's see. My ship just crashed in the middle of nowhere. No one is hailing on this frequency, and I don't see any other survivors around me. The least prepared person in existence for this sort of emergency. But I got out of the whole mess with nothing more than a stubbed toe, so things are looking just peachy. Thanks for asking. Sorry about the toe, smartass, or least prepared. Let's give him some shit. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, well, I've been told to use sarcasm as a weapon, and right now I'm not armed with anything else. So let's hope that if there's any sort of little green men awaiting to jump out and attack me, they're vulnerable to ironic comments and eye rolling. Oh hey, my name is Taylor, by the way. Probably should have led with that. Sorry. Anyway, why don't I tell you what I can see from here? Maybe you can advise me on where to go. Alright, so my escape pod came down in some kind of desert. The ground is all cracked white rock. There's a huge white peak a few miles away. Or, kilometers, I guess. They try to get me to think metric for the trip, but some things are just hardwired. It's weirdly symmetrical, like it might be a natural formation. Or like it might not be a natural formation. My IEVA suit's compass placed at the peak northeast, and then in the opposite direction, south and southwest to be precise, are two funnels of black smoke from what I have to assume are two pieces of the Varia. Best case scenario, it's only in two pieces. The crash sites are closer than the peak. What do you think I should do? Ooh, dude. Alright, so this is crazy, man. Do we want to go to the crash, or do we want to head for the peak? So there's a crash site where the ship might be in just two pieces and it's smoking, or we can go to the peak where it looks like it's not, or it's weirdly symmetrical, so it's not a natural formation. So that might be some sort of base, but we're not sure if the inhabitants of this planet are going to be good. So I'm going to say, I think I'm going to say check the crash, especially since it's closer. Let's go check the crash. Yeah, cool. That makes sense. There might be other survivors. Fingers crossed. It's not actually possible to cross your fingers in the IVA suit, but just take my word on it. Or at least, the very least, there should be some supplies I can use. Okay, I'm headed south now. Looks like the smoke is at least an hour away, or whatever the metric equivalent of an hour is. I'll let you know once I'm there. Taylor is busy. All right, cool. So we are going to have to pause there. I'm literally going to have to wait an hour in real time. Alrighty, guys, we are back. So we actually had to wait an hour of in real life time for him to get back to us. So it's kind of cool. Like, it's actually like it's happening. Like, it's an interactive thing where it feels like he's actually out there wandering and stuff. He's not just like progressing the story within seconds. So this is pretty cool. So he says, holy crap, it's a lot further than it looked. My legs feel like jello, and I'm maybe halfway there. Great. And now all I can think about is how much I want jello. And then he was busy again. And then he said, okay, at long last, I'm in sight of the Varia, or what's left of it at any rate. It seems to have cracked hard once it hit the atmosphere. Like I figured, it came down in 2 major chunks, with a ton of scattered debris thrown around just to make the whole scene look terrifying and post-apocalyptic. In case anyone asks, it's working. I'm appropriately terrified. Looks like the flight deck came down pretty far from the crew quarters. Where do you figure I should go first? Look for the crew or check the flight deck? Let's go, let's look for the crew. The flight deck's a little bit farther away, so let's just do what's close. He says, all right, I'm headed that way. If there are any rations to be found, that's where they'll be. Things look kind of messy, though. Give me a minute to scout around. All right, so he's going to be busy for about a minute. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alrighty, guys, he has officially gotten back to us, so he says, okay, well, this wasn't expected, but still, I found some of the crew. It's, oh, man, hang on. Taylor is busy. Sorry about that. I had to be sick behind some moonrucks. Oh, that's not good. So, there were a few crew members who were apparently pretty near where the Varia's hull split. I can't tell who they were or how many. They're all sort of fused to the metal or to each other. And I don't know, we might have lost some crew when we lost pressure. Wow, so these guys like exploded. This is pretty intense. Behind the sealed door to the rear quarters, though, I found the rest of the crew. Antoine, Trotter, Colby, Adair, all dead. All of them just dead. I don't see Captain Aya anywhere. I don't know. She's probably at the flight deck. I don't think I can do this. Knowing all of them, every one of them, I just honor the dead or keep moving. You gotta keep moving, bro. You just gotta keep moving. You can't stop. That's not good. Right. That makes sense. The longer I spend staring at them, instead of trying to figure a way out of this, the closer I am to joining them. God, that's the most morbid thought I've ever had. Okay, so, past the bunks, there's a corridor that branches. The way to the galley looks pretty scorched. The other option is the lab. I'm afraid of what I'll find if I check on my rats. The humans didn't make it. What chance do those little guys stand? I'm gonna say try the galley. I don't want to go see the rats, dude. I'm not trying to mess around with the rats. All right, so the door is super stuck. Fortunately, I am not above bashing it with scrap metal because confidentially, I don't think we're getting our deposit back on this ship. I'm gonna keep at this for a bit. This is best at finding rations. If I can get through, just get through this damn door. Taylor is busy. All right, we're gonna have to wait for him to get through that door. This game isn't the best for a Let's Play on YouTube. Like, this is going to be a lot of fun for me to play, but this is kind of tough to play when we have to keep waiting. I think how it works, I did some research on this, just kind of a side note for you guys. There's like, if you play through the game, then you can replay through it and have fast mode on where there's no actual waiting. And I think there's like multiple chapters and stuff. We're going to have to wait and see. But in case you guys want me to keep going with this, if there are like more chapters and more stories and stuff that we can do, then what we would do is I would probably play all the way through, and then we'd turn on fast mode so we could go through quick. And I feel like that might be a little bit better. And I'd play through and click options without looking at it so I didn't spoil the story. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, we're going to wait for Taylor to get through that door, and I'll see you guys once he does. Alrighty guys, we're back. So here we go. He says, okay, I don't want to say this is impossible because that sounds like I'm exaggerating. So let's just say that getting into the galley is improbable. Highly improbable. This guy's got some character. I like him. It's starting to get late anyway. The sun or star Tau Ceti is getting low on the horizon. I need to think about bedding down for the night. So what do you think? Keep bashing this improbable door in the hopes that it gives in before I do? Or forget it for now and figure out my sleeping arrangements? Ooh, dude, this is tough. Cooper, what do you think, dude? See, if the sun's gonna go down, I feel like it's gonna be dark, and that's when the scary creatures could come out. So it's like, if I was in this situation, what would I do? The sun's going down. I would definitely not sit there and bang against the door, causing a bunch of noise, having all the creepy crawlies come out after me. So we're going to forget it for now. and we're gonna go try to figure out our sleeping arrangements. Cool, thank you. I think I needed someone else to tell me it was okay to stop beating myself up. So I can either go see what, if anything, is left of the lab, or I can start trying to figure out some sleeping plans. What do you think? I'm gonna say... I feel like if we would have kept banging on the galley door, if we could have gotten inside... I wish we could see what this door was like, because if we could have gotten inside, we could have totally freaking, like, slept in there. Oh, dude. I don't know if I trust rats, man. What if they, like, mutated or something? That'd be kind of interesting. We're gonna try the lab. We're gonna see what happens in there. Well, it's time to play Good News, Bad News. Good news, all my handwritten notes on the maze running and the food-seeking habits of Sprague Dolly rats in various gravities, they're totally intact, so you can stop worrying that this whole trip was for nothing. We got the goods. Bad news, their cage looks like it's been through a cage match, half crushed, warped from the heat, and the rats are nowhere to be found. I'd love to believe that they escaped from the ducks and that they're going to start repopulating this barren moon. I'm going to leave my notes here. Who knows? In a million generations, these could be the planet's sacred historical texts. Good-ish news, I won't starve to death. I have a rat, food pellets, and a half-full ball spout water bottle. Look at that. I called it half full. Feeling more optimistic already. So I guess I can count my blessings, dude. So you guys know I got my fake teeth in right now. I cut the inside of the top of my lip, and it hurts so much to talk sometimes. Man, this is awful. All right, so he says, feeling more optimistic already. So I guess I can count my blessings and snack on rat food for a while. Or that could be a distant plan B, and I can go hunting for people food. I'm gonna stick with rat food, dude. That's fine, whatever. As long as it's giving you protein, you're good. Yum. Rat pellets may count as caloric intake, but they're not about to win any awards for flavor. If I close my eyes, I can imagine they're, nope, it's no good. I doubt anyone could trick themselves into thinking these are anything other than what they are. Eating rat food on the moon sounds like a lousy prog rock album. Tastes like one too. Okay, this is a pretty good incentive to try to get that galley and get some real food. Either that or I'm going to start making plans to bunk down for the night. And just hope that I dream about something that'll get this taste out of my mouth. Let's go try the galley again, boys. I'm feeling confident. Man, you're a glutton for punishment as long as it's somebody else's, huh? Alright, against my better judgment, I'll take another swing at it. He's gonna be going back to the galley. I don't know if that was a mistake. It probably was. I just want to see him make moves. I don't want to see him go to bed. We're gonna find out what happens here. I will see you guys in a second. Back at it, boys. Here we go. I totally pulled my shoulder out of joint, and it was totally worth it. Let's go. All right. Because I am in a great deal of pain while at the same time eating chili macaroni and drinking a bottled water. This chili mac is kind of nasty while at the same time being the best thing I've ever eaten. It'll be gone soon, sadly. And then I'll have to deal with the shoulder that I repeatedly hammered against a dead hydraulic door to get the chili mac. But that's a problem for 3 minutes from now, Taylor. And I think we can all agree this beats rat food any day. So I've got food and water taken care of, and rat pellets is a fallback plan. All right, let's think about my things here. All right, let's think through things here. Try and figure out what my next move is. And hey, just to add to the magic, it's getting dark and it's getting really cold. Tau Chetty is down now, and I don't mind telling you, it's darker than a goth kid's journal and colder than the prom queen's shoulder. I like this guy so much. So here are my options as I see them. I can stay here in the wreckage, although without power to the ship, I can't reseal any door I've opened. So I'll have to pull a roof over my head, sure. Or he says, so I'll have a roof for my head, sure, but it'll be exposed to the elements. Or I can head around to the rear of the ship and pitch a tent near the reactor engine, which is nice and toasty warm. I can tell from the squiggly heat lines it's sending off into the night. You like that science speak? Squiggly heat lines. That's some advanced level terminology right there. Only problem is there's radiation involved in the engine. I'm not precisely sure whether or not it's enough to roast me overnight. So, would you mind me doing a little research for me? If I get about 150 rads overnight, will that kill me? My IEVA suit sensor tells me that's about what it's giving off. Can you look that up and let me know whether or not it'd toast my marshmallows? All right, cool. So I didn't know it would have us do stuff like that. So, is 150 rads enough to kill you? How much radiation does it take to kill you? We'll find out right here. Hmm. 100 to 200 rad delivered to the entire body in less than a day may cause acute radiation syndrome, ARS, but is usually not fatal. Doses of 200 to 1,000 rad delivered in a few hours will cause serious illness with poor outlook at the upper end of the range. All right, so it looks like 100 to 200 rads is not going to be fatal. So, we can choose to sleep next to engines which are giving us heat, take a little bit of radiation poisoning, maybe not feel 100% good, but at least be alive. Or we can try to weather the elements inside where we can't close the doors. And if we're out in space on a moon that doesn't have, like, you know, it's not being heated or anything like that, it's probably going to get super, super cold. And we could potentially freeze to death here. So I think what we're going to have him do as soon as he comes back is I think we're going to tell him to go ahead and sleep inside. So there you guys have it. That is, we'll just go ahead and end the first episode here. It's like, this is getting super, super intense, and I'm definitely going to keep playing this. If you guys want me to keep playing this game, make sure to leave comments down below and hit that thumbs up button. If you guys enjoyed it, we will definitely check it out more in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.